Hello, this is the I Am Collective call on April 5th, 2022. We are in April already. And I just posted in the invitation for today's call that I updated it and said, we've been a bit more casual over the last few weeks and months, which we've still been working, but we've been more casual about our intention of gathering and why we come together and work together. And the message that we've been getting from everywhere, or that has been coming in, and we all have been pretty much getting individually, is April is huge. And and the message I got yesterday was like, April's go time. Like, it's go time. And the phrase when I was a witness to the channeled message when I was in Utah is when the constellation is in Taurus, which is going to be coming up here in like a week or two. So I'm turning up the urgency a little bit of us gathering and why this call was created. And there's someone that I follow, Blossom Goodchild, and she channels, and she's been doing messages like every 6 weeks or so. Like, it hasn't been that frequent. And in the last couple of weeks, she started to do once a week, which means that the communication to her is coming in more frequently and urgently. And then there's also Todd Deviney, who channels Source directly, and he's got a couple that just came out. So I just shared it on the Cosmic Playground, his latest one, and all of the QHHTs that I've been listening to, and all of the other people that are not part of this group. Everybody's saying the same thing. So part of what I want to say about this is like, and we kind of talked about this on the last call or the call before that, like Shannon was saying it, like, I feel it was the last call that we were talking about how can we support, how can we be of support when it all comes out and comes down. Like, there's going to be a lot of people who are shocked and hurt. And I don't mean to laugh at that. Like, I don't know why that's just an energy release. So I'm not taking that lightly. And so how can we preemptively or proactively be prepared for what's coming? I'm like really moved by this. I don't even know why. Like, what's coming in the constellation of Taurus. I also feel like there's going to be a lot of people transitioning in the next couple of months, and we have to be prepared for that too. So the last part of this message, hi Shannon, welcome. The last part of the message I got was, how can we ourselves be prepared? Like, I know that Eric and I have been prepared with like 3 to 6 months of food and like meal replacement powder that's like vegan and healthy, and but the message I got was like, because he's got scooters, he's got gas tanks and like gas cans in the garage. I'm like, he needs to use that gas and get fresh gas. And we need to make sure our propane tanks are full. like whatever needs to happen so that we're not in a way of like create. Here's the conundrum is that it's like I don't want to buy into that, right, and create that energetically, and I also don't want to be caught unprepared. So there's some happy medium in there of, if we have these supplies and stuff and don't end up needing them, great. But if part of what's coming in the constellation of Taurus is, $15 a gallon for gas and food shortages and all that stuff, like that's also a possibility. And so how do we not be impacted by that? So that's all I have to say about that. And I don't know what your guys' messages are or what your ideas might be of how we can, like, that's part of why I made an addendum to my post this morning, was like we need to, we not like a need to, and there's a reason this group was created. There's a reason that the message Shannon got and I got the message yesterday, like there's power in numbers, and there's like, it's time for us to come back together and join our energy and our gifts for what's coming. So that's my take. Who else would like the mic on that?
I would actually, if you guys don't mind. I'm coming in. I apologize for my tardiness. I was helping somebody shift their life. I can see what you're saying is that, there's these possibilities in the future. And I love the idea of preparing, because I have as well. And I'm continuing to prepare as well. I also know the power of our projection. I know the power of our thoughts and the power of our energy.
For sure.
And I remember, I don't know if you remember, a long time ago when the gas prices were jumping up like this, and everyone was like, it's got to be $15 a gallon. Even back then they were saying it, right? And people were panicking. And all of this panic creates more of that energy.
Right.
And I remember even back then I was going, I'm creating that it's going to that gas is going to be $2.50 a gallon. I'm creating that, and I'm putting that energy, and there's abundance. And I was creating that even way back then. And the gas went down to $2.50 a gallon. And so I feel like, in addition to preparing, because I totally agree, better to be prepared than not prepared. But in addition to preparing, we create the mindset and create the energy of gas is going back down to $2.50 a gallon. There's abundance. Everyone will be provided for. Everything's okay. Mm-hmm. We're shifting back into that space of abundance, space of protection, space of safety and security. Yeah. So that what we're projecting is the positive rather than our fears.
Absolutely. And thank you for saying so. Like, that's part of why I brought it here, is like, I know that we have that power. I have no doubt that we went in and altered the cells on the cellular level of the collective, that we altered the effectiveness of the vaccine. Like, I'm clear we did that. And this is that same thing. So, like, what does that look like to visualize? Well, so you missed the first part of it, Shannon, which was I was talking about, like, there's a lot of messages coming in about the time frame of April, and in particular, mid-April to mid-May. And So what I,
Before we get into that, can I just finish this thought real quick?
sure, please.
I just want to finish because it's really important. So when this whole vaccine thing came out, actually even before, when the whole COVID thing came out, the angel said there's going to be a vaccine. Whatever you do, don't take it. That's what they told me.
Yep.
When the vaccine came out, they said thousands will drop. People will just start dropping, right? And I'm an optimist, and I went, oh, no, 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 no. Now, what do we need to do in order to make this happen? And they said, well, if you want to help, create a group, right? And then I was like, well, yes, we shall do this. And so, I was contemplating it for a while. I'm like, I don't even know how this works. And my son said to me, the angels gave you an assignment. You need to do it. And I said, okay. So then I contacted Sandy, and then we talked to you, and we created this group, and it grew legs. And then we started really truly working on the energy of the vaccine, the energies that they gave us. Like they said, okay, this day, do this day, this day, this day. And we kept doing it. And now when I go back and I ask them, will thousands drop? And they said, not in the numbers that we had originally set. So in other words, we're making a difference. We're making a huge difference. And it is about not accepting what is being told to us. This is the timeline. No, we don't like the timeline. We're going to yell game change, what is it? Plot twist, where the healers come in to help save the day. Right.
Right.
And that's where I'm at with this whole thing is nothing is written in stone, and our power and our energy and our thoughts can shift anything. So yeah, that was my thought.
Can I interject real quick? Sorry, this is Jennifer. Also, I wanted to let you know that I don't know if any of you guys have noticed this or not, but the powers out there are restricting astrologers and healers from monetizing their talents. So if you are an astrologer or a healer or a tarot card reader, they're making it so that you can't sell your services online on some of these platforms. And I don't know if it's happening full board yet, but they are starting to attack the healers out there and the like the astrologers and the tarot cards. So we might want to do some kind of extension of healing or acceptance or something so that we can protect ourselves from those types of things out there that are trying to make it so we can't get our voices out there, because the bad uses astrology and tarot just as the good does. So they understand how powerful it is and that it can be used for a lot of great things and to defeat them. So I think they're just trying to step in and making it harder for us to do our jobs and get our words out there. So we need to do some kind of healing or prayer or something that we can keep them away from us, and keep our lines of communication open so that all that are seeking it can get access to it. That's all. Thank you.
So I've got a couple thoughts. I can't imagine that Big Pharma would come out with a vaccine without an antidote. And I know the Navy filed patents for med beds, and I know that there's advanced medical technology that's on the horizon. So my thought is to reinforce the timeline where these medical advancements and antidotes are released quickly in a timely manner, made available to all. There's been such a huge violation of free will. In my mind, this is the timeline that honors free will and allows people who were duped to assume their free will. Does that make sense?
Say a little more about that, though.
Well, I'm talking about a couple of things. I'm talking about, number one, a timeline where medical advancements appear that will help those who have already been jabbed, as well as, you know, the medbed technology, that it comes out quickly. And number two, really just protecting that timeline where free will is honored, because there were people who were duped. Like if they knew, they would say, oh no, I have free will. I wouldn't have done this. So those are just my thoughts. I don't know how it can be incorporated.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying, and I agree. I do think that there is something out there that will help the people that were duped. You know, I do think there's something brewing, or, you know, the powers that be are working on that. I don't know what exactly the antidote or the answer is, but I do believe that I've had that come to me in meditations and in prayers, that don't worry, they won't suffer, like, you know, because something will come and save them, whether it just be their own energy shift or not. I don't know. It's something that will happen for those people that truly believe that they are protected. They will have that protection. I don't know if that makes sense either, but
Yeah, and it's you what just jumped out at me from what you just said is people truly believe that they're protected. And maybe that's where we come in, is like supporting or infusing that belief, or like this is weird, the word impregnating just came out into my head, like impregnating the grid with belief, with that mindset or that energy or that vibration.
it's like an energy or a faith or something that they have to just know in their heart of hearts, that because of who they are and what they believe in or whatever, that they can transmute and manifest whatever negative entity or thing is inside of them, and they can get it away from them and turn their body back into being a pure divine vessel, you know.
Like etheric chelation therapy.
That's right.
That's a new thing, right?
It'll be the rage.
And Shannon, I wanted to address as well, like what I was saying is, like, all of the QHHT videos and the other people that I follow and watch, like Ralph Waters, and that all get messages. Like, I watch all of it. To me, they're my tribe as well. Like, they're our tribe as well. And I kind of like get like, okay, what is the collective of this? What is this collective of high vibrational beings, healers, multidimensional beings? What are they saying? And I'm not saying that what's coming is doom and gloom, or it's a like huge storm. And there's a lot of energy that's going to be coming in that's going to do whatever it does, whether it's revealing the truth, whether it's you know, whether it is the actual hard shift to new earth or new timeline. I don't know. None of us really know. None of us really know what's coming. And I'm totally on board with what you said of like, let's energetically project into this energy that's coming. Like, so when I do a tune-ups for people with the tuning forks, one of the things that I have them do, and this was a message I got months ago, and I don't know anybody else who does this, and I've shared it with so many people, and now other people are starting to do it, is the same way that spirit sometimes, our spirit loved ones sometimes communicate with us, like hopping on an existing current, like your computer will come on or off, or lights will flicker, or TV or radio or whatever, like they hop on an existing current. So the same thing is the vibration of the tuning fork. I have people breathe it. I have people sip it. And the frequency that I'm having them sip hops on the current of their breath and goes in their body wherever oxygen goes. So I'm thinking there's something like that that we can do with this energy that's coming, of like, let's choose the frequency that we want to put into this energy that's coming, into this current that is coming. It's coming. It's coming. So like, what do we want to do with that?
Yeah, I
I
like
don't know.
that of hopping on to the energy that's already coming. I hope it'll be in time. I don't know, because I think the energy that's coming is a big energy. So we have to be bigger, kind of, or something, we have to be just as big as the energy that's coming, I don't know. I like the idea of it. I just don't know how to do it.
So Gina, Shannon, anything from you?
Well, the great thing about this whole thing is that, we minimalize our potential, our who we are, and we judge ourselves by this body that we wear. And our energy, I mean, think about it. We were able to circumvent the dropping of thousands of people from a vaccine. We were able to help that energy. And we were able to gather more people, because people watch these videos. It's not just us in this little call, that we were able to gather more people to add to that energy. So my true feeling is that we are limitless, and I don't care how big the wave is, because we're more powerful than any wave that can come in, but we're more powerful together because we are the collective.
Right.
We represent not only the 5-6 people that are here, we represent the thousands, the millions across this world, because we are connected as the collective. So I think that our first task is to shift ourselves from judgment of our meat suit and shift ourselves into limitlessness, because that gives us the power.
Yeah. Okay.
You got this, girl.
Yeah. And I thank you for that, Shannon. Like, that really lands for me.
And then can I add this, going back to the original conversation around the restoration of faith? Maybe it's the augmentation. It's the augmentation of the individual frequency that will allow to connect with higher self, or guardians, protectors, some beyond 3D element that opens up and expands awareness. The veil is thinning. Maybe this will help just push it a little bit more. Once people feel their own source of connection as the energies come in, then they'll be able to augment it as well.
Yeah, when you said, Jennifer, you were like, we've got to be bigger than the wave. That what came up in my head was like, we don't have to be bigger than the wave. We are the wave.
Mm-hmm.
Like that same saying of and I'm going to paraphrase it poorly, but it's like, drop in the ocean could be just a drop, or in that drop is the whole ocean.
Yeah, I totally that. I was just getting it more from the feelings of there's a lot of negativity that's coming, and we kind of need to be bigger than that negativity that's going to hit us. It's more of like, I know we are limitless, but we really need to be limitless right now. And we really need to be bigger and stronger and more determined than whatever negativity is going to come. And maybe it's the determination that's really the most important, is we need to know deep within have the faith that we can, as a collective, can beat and overpower whatever negative is coming. And we have to just know that that's the reality that we live in, is that whatever comes our way, we will overcome and we will be triumphant, and they will fall away to the wayside, whatever's coming at us.
Awesome. So what I was just hearing in that is, and this is something I teach in about law of attraction, is the universe works in the positive.
Mm-hmm.
So there is not negation in the universe. So yes, I want this. Yes, I don't want this. And so to me, when I'm like fighting something, it's that's not the energy I want. I'm just going to get more fight.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that when you're talking about like determination and overcome, and like,
it's an expansion of love.
I was just going to say the expansiveness. That was the word, expansiveness.
You have to make your love so expansive that whatever's trying to get you it just falls off because it can't stick.
It's not a vibrational match. So I think that's I don't know. I think that's our starting point.
Every time I fight anything evil, I expand myself with pure love, and that gets rid of it. It's not because I'm going to battle with it. I'm matching its energy. I'm expanding my love so that it can't even deal with me anymore. You know?
Yeah.
It's like, get away from me. You know?
I was listening to.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Gina.
Sorry, I just want to throw in there, as opposed to like overcome or beat or be victorious. I feel like balance is the word I keep getting. So they're keeping the balance as opposed to beating one or the other, because you really can't. It's light and dark, and they both need to exist. So the more you resist persists, right? So recognizing the role that what we perceive as darkness or challenge can play in our personal evolution, and then love is always a great way to go to maintain the balance, so that whatever it is can be used for our personal evolution, the evolution of humanity, the collective, but also with the attitude of expansiveness and balance as opposed to victory.
Got it. Okay.
And I've been watching a lot of Abraham Hicks, and the other night she said something that really stuck with me, and I even posted it on Facebook, and it was, there's no need to pursue anything. So that could be fighting, that could be anything, right? And it says, establish a vibration that is already in alignment with who you are, and the vibration will come to you. And so what we want to do is establish that vibration within us, know the knowingness that we are already creating the balance, or creating what it is that we need to do, and release the need or the urge to fight.
Yeah.
And because when we create that urge, when we have that urge to fight, we create it. The universe goes, oh, that's what she wants. She wants more fight. We'll give it to her.
Right.
Okay. That makes sense completely. So you have to take away the urge to fight whatever it is, and just make yourself balance your energies against their energies, so that everything's neutral.
No against. There is no against.
Okay.
It's you're creating what it is you'd like to see in the world. So there is no against, because that's the fight.
So you're basically ignoring kind of like what they're doing, and you're just doing your thing.
You're creating what you want to see.
Okay.
So it's not even ignoring. It's you're looking at your world, at your creation, at your what you would like to see in the world, and
Mhm.
you're raising your vibration to that. You're aligning your vibration to that feeling, to that what it is that you'd like to create, and you're
Okay.
allowing the world, the game board to shift according to your vibration.
Okay.
Right. So regardless of what's going on, you maintain your vibration and not ignore, recognize, oh, this is happening. How can
Okay.
this fuel my evolution? And staying within your authentic power and vibration and allowing the ripple effects to occur.
Okay. Okay.
According to divine alignment for the highest good of all.
All right. Thanks, guys. That makes more sense now.
Mm.
So also this came into my awareness because I'm with the Huntington Beach chapter of the Holistic Chamber of Commerce, and the meeting we're doing on Monday, the 11th, is going to be vision boarding. And we decided to do it on this day as opposed to like January or some other day, because there is a peak astrological energy coming in on April 12th. So it's building towards the 12th and then it'll stay strong for a while. And it says that there's a peak of the alignment of Jupiter and Neptune that happens on the 12th that has the power to kickstart a new creative wave that is likely to bring visionary inspiration and bold innovation, especially in entertainment, music, and art. But it's a collective awakening that will help to shift the entire consciousness of a planet. It's a once in a lifetime alignment that happened. I think the last one was like 166 years ago or something like that. But it's this peak alignment that's happening right now in April. So that's probably part of the whatever is happening in April and Taurus.
That is so crazy that you just said that, because I haven't even looked at the astrology at that point yet. But I woke up this morning with something I had to tell Jules, and it was something about April 12th. And I was saying about an explosion or an eruption of volcanic
Oh,
eruption, or like in upper Northern California, all the way up to top of Washington. And I just wanted to tell you to be careful, because something shocked me this morning, and it said April 12th, there could, in the Pacific Northwest, something's going to happen, and it could be like a big volcanic eruption or a big explosion or something. And you have to be careful, Jules. Be aware.
okay.
So that's so crazy you just said that, because I was going to tell her this after the call was over, but I don't know. It's just weird.
So we've got about 20 minutes or so left of the call. What would we like to do in those 20 minutes? And who would like to lead that?
Well, we should do what we talked about, and that would be like expanding our energy to those who feel, so they have the power to transform any negativity that might come from the vaccine or the COVID situation. The people that were duped or whatever, we have to get that power out to them. And then we were going to do one more thing, which my mind is not thinking of right now.
So I have a suggestion, since we were just talking about not fighting, about creating the energy of what we would like to see. What if we very quickly just each of us state what is it that we'd like to see, and then let's collectively raise our vibration to that existence. And
Okay.
then we push it out to the collective.
Sounds
And
good.
we leave out all of the negations. So it's all of the positive stuff that we would like to see.
Okay.
How's that sound?
Sounds great.
Perfect.
Who'd like to start?
I'll
Let me-
go. I would like to see a recognition and restoration for the collective to higher self.
Mm.
I would like to see peace and unity among the collective and among everybody. I'd like to see the removal, or I'd like to see people live without fear, without pain, without trauma, to live their lives harmoniously and happily, and knowing that they can live in a higher vibration.
I would like the collective to recognize in itself that each and every one of us has limitless potential, has limitless healing opportunities and abilities, and has a natural, innate connection with the divine always that can't be broken.
I see, I see the global community of human being sharing from the overflow, sharing the abundance, connecting resources. There's such a sense of connection, of unity, of one consciousness. There's not, there's a fearlessness, a judgment-free zone. Love is prevalent. There is a universal choosing love. It's beautiful.
I would like to see the authenticity of each soul sparked so that the traumas and programs and paradigms that need to fall away for each soul's highest good come from within for the good of each individual and the consciousness.
Yes.
I see unity and tranquility for this world.
Yes.
There's a level of safety in the authenticity. There's something, it's like the authenticity just that like reverberated when you said it. You know, it's a lot of energy.
Yeah.
In a beautiful way. There's a lot of energy in that. Anything else?
And so it is.
And so it is.
Well, let's, if we can now, just kind of take all of those statements and all of the energy and just raise our vibration to that. Just for a minute.
Ah.
And we push it out to the collective. And we add the supporting energy to maintain this vibration and to allow this vibration to grow even bigger, better, more spectacular, even a higher frequency than we could even imagine. And this pushes out to the entire collective, to the entire world, even to the universe.
So I am guided to plant seeds, if you will, in the grid. And what I'm being shown is the pattern that's in my necklace is like it's running through the grid in this sacred geometry kind of pattern. And it's iridescent and vibrant, very incandescent. And I'm sensing, like, you know how sometimes there's like sparks in a flame, you know, like the spark. I'm seeing that in it as well, and I'm being shown that that's other, like those are other high vibrational beings that are like energy workers, healers, whatever you want to call them, that are meeting that energy. They're intercepting that energy in the grid and taking it on as well. Thank you. Thank you for that.
I'm up in my soul star chakra, which is enmeshed in the astral grid. And from here, I can see the planet below me and the grid stretching out all around. And I can see the other soul stars of all of the other people around me also in the grid. And I see like a light bulb that's the authentic self of each soul. And then layers of all the programs, paradigms, traumas that are covering the light of each person. And just asking the light bulb like to turn up and allow those layers to slide away in the order and speed according to the highest good of each individual soul. There may be some that still need those coverings according to their plan and evolution. There may be some that are holding on to them and they're no longer needed, and those we ask to slide away. And I'm sending my vibration of support and love for that out across the grid, and it sort of lifts up and undulates out in all directions. And those other soul star chakras who know what it is that is of the highest good of the soul incarnate down on earth is sending that message down to those incarnated bodies.
And we'll bring in the divine energy, the liquid crystal, the etherical liquid, or the etherical crystal line energy as well, the infinity symbol, the golden river, all of the energy that we use, the I am, the divine flow, to help support this frequency.
I'm getting a reminder of the elementals. So fire, water, earth, air. That is also our access. It's important for us to ground, to hydrate with intention, connecting to that energy, maintaining that energy. So as soon as I said the honeycomb, I saw this like the honeycomb like light up. And then like all these little bees,
When you said it, I just saw everything turn into like glowy white golden light, like dripping, drip. It's weird. Very pretty though. Like it sparkles, like diamonds kind of. And it's like dripping onto like it's like purple and blues, and then like on the grid, and like it's dripping onto the grid. Nice. I'm also seeing a lot of butterflies. angels, little angels fluttering everywhere.
Um,
They all have little bells too, like little tinging bells. Like they want people to be aware of them.
mm,
Like if you hear tinging, it's maybe the angels.
Just before you said that, I was asking the elemental DNA in my DNA to ask any elemental DNA in others incarnate at this time to awaken according to the highest good of the individual. And then also the angelic DNA within me, asking the angelic DNA of others to awaken according to their highest good.
Mm.
And when I'm up in my soul star, it sounds like wind chimes. Earth star sounds like Schumann resonance, but the soul star sounds like wind chimes. That's very interesting. You said that.
Cool. I
mm.
love that. That makes my inner child happy for some reason.
Mm. That makes me think of Tinkerbell.
Yeah.
Like it's just playful and light and
Yeah, that's how they were, except they were dressed in white and a lot of gold around them.
mhm. But when you were talking about the like little tinkling bells or
Oh,
tingling
yeah.
bells, that's what made me think of little.
I'm also seeing a big like stampede of white horses
Mm.
galloping by. All white. Kind of representing like God, I think. I don't know. It's very strange. That's what I'm getting kind of. Like there's a chariot. They're like calling a golden like chariot type thing. It's like really powerful symbology, symbolism.
So it feels like we're kind of wrapping up, winding down, completing. Is there anything else?
Yeah. Yes, it does feel like that.
I just got last
Cynthia?
mess and it just said, remember yourself before you were born.
Mm.
That's good. I popped onto a spaceship. Galactic, say hi.
Awesome. Hey.
To
Galactic.
infinity. That was really powerful. I was all tingly, my fingers to that whole thing.
So we thank all of the energies that joined with us today. On all time, space, dimensions, and realities. Thank you. Thank you. We're blessed and grateful. Thank you. Mm.
That felt really good. That was a good one. And the
Mhm.
energy is nice and high now.
Uh-huh.
The frequency is a lot higher.
So
Yeah.
I have this thing on my desk that was gifted to me by my friend Keith. And I feel like I want to complete the call by reading it. Serve and assist you. Placing your attention on something activates it, gives it more life, more energy. Giving your attention is like spending your money. It is putting energy towards something, and hopefully for your sake, it is something you want to experience more of. You are capable of altering any situation with your attention to it. But there is more to it than just your attention, because you can put your attention on something and resist it, or you can put your attention on something and celebrate it, love it, and adore it. So whichever you choose will determine the outcome of the attention that you're placing in a certain direction. Because you are multidimensional beings, you do have the ability to put your attention on more than one thing at once and look at it from a variety of perspectives. Whenever you're giving something your attention, decide which part of yourself you want to be observing it from. And when you make that choice, you automatically shift your perspective. When challenging situations arise, ask to view it from the highest possible perspective. And whatever you do, allow yourselves to give your attention to that which you feel drawn to. You're being drawn to have a certain experience, and all experience is serving you in some way. So you don't have to worry about putting your attention on something that may be of a lower frequency, because again, it ultimately matters most how you're giving your attention to it. I want to say that again. You don't have to worry about putting your attention on something that may be of a lower frequency, because again, it ultimately matters most how you are giving your attention to it. You can send it love or you can despise it. You can resist it or you can allow it. You and only you get to decide where you put your attention and which aspect of yourself you view the situation, the person, or the object from. And that decision defines your relationship to it. There's not a right way to view something, and there's not a right relationship to have with something. And we suggest you go with the perspective that feels the best. We are infinite. We are love.
Nice.
So good, right? Like it's been like sentences from it have been jumping out this whole call. Like I just set up my desk on Sunday. I just set up my office on Sunday. And so that is it.
Well, Chiron is on Aries, so now is a great time to go towards your fears, do what's uncomfortable. You'll get the greatest rewards. And, just accept everything. Like, don't fight it. It's like, Chiron is the wounded healer and Aries is a fighter. So it's kind of like, just accept whatever wounds, whatever healing you need to do, just accept it. Don't fight it. Just do it. Just go with the flow. And, we'll all come out better than we came into this time.
There's also something for me of increasing our numbers. And so
On the call.
Yeah.
On the call. Okay.
Yeah. So if and it's perfect as is. And there are people who are wanting to be in this conversation right now and don't know about it. So I invite you, if there's someone that popped into your head when I just said that, of people who want to be in this conversation and don't know about it, or people that were on the call before and haven't been in a while, let's reach out. Let's gather in our tribe.
I agree 100%. So this feels great. I will continue to recruit new people and talk to new people, and we'll just put in the energy and in the frequency of drawing people in our tribe, drawing people of high vibration of the same interests that we have to come in and help us,
Yeah.
join with us.
There's this image that came up a couple weeks ago of a lighthouse, like beacon of light. We are beacons of light. So let's see who.
Well, if we keep our vibrations high, people will come to us, you know?
Yeah.
They will know what we're selling because they'll be like, why are you feel so good to be around, you know?
Why are you so happy?
It's true.
Yeah. Awesome.
Well, with your permission, I belong to a couple of Facebook groups of light workers and things like that. Although many people, I don't even know that that's a correct definition. You say light worker to somebody and it means something different than to somebody else.
Yeah.
But I don't mind putting out a video saying, you know, if you've had a Kundalini activation or a Merkaba activation, if this is the work that you do, come join us and augment us with your permission, of course.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of those groups, I belong to a lot of those groups as well. And some of them are touchy about trying to like take people to your group, to another group. But it might be
Put up a video and then if people like it, they'll ask you questions about how to join or something.
Right.
Well,
You know,
and
like,
then we'll all just know together that the right people will show up, right? We'll just know that the right folks will be here. They'll be present. Yeah.
Mhm.
and I think the word, and I know Shannon is sensitive to that's not the right word, sensitive, but like there's something about the word light worker, and I've kind of stopped using it, where and even starseed, like it's like I refer to it as high vibrational beings, and perhaps energy workers. Like that's
Oh, energy worker's a good replacement. Yeah, I like it.
is there a phrase that you use, Shannon, instead of light worker?
I like what you said about high vibrational beings. I think just high vibrational beings who are committed to creating beauty in the world, or who are committed to creating amazingness in the world. Just keeping it. We don't need to give them a title, at least in my opinion.
Awesome. All
I'm
right,
happy with whatever.
So I'm reminding you this last sentence: we are infinite, we are love. That's all we need.
Perfect.
Yes.
Lots of love to everybody. Have an amazing day.
You too.
You as well.
Thank you
soon.
all.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you
Bye.
for being here today.
Thank you.